Hi, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Puzzle. Today we're going to talk about this puzzle here, which is called the Aztec puzzle. It's completely made out of laser cut wood by the company Constantin in Germany, and it's a classic tray packing puzzle where you somehow need to fit these single pieces into a frame. As soon as you start, you will notice that it's quite difficult because a lot of these pieces actually fit into the same spots. So there are many possibilities how you can arrange these pieces. Or let's say there's only one possibility how you can arrange them, but there are many possibilities how you can start this puzzle. The target is, of course, to fit all of these pieces here inside of the frame. And the name is, of course, coming from these cool looking pieces who somehow look like they really have something to do with the Aztec culture. Maybe they have, maybe you can identify some of the pieces, I don't know, I can't. So if yes, let me know in the comments, would be interesting to know. The difficulty I would rate with the difficulty of 4 out of a maximum of 5 of my personal scale. And it is a challenging puzzle, you will see later why. And I decided here to not use the grain of these single pieces to somehow fit them together. Of course, I had to use one detail later, which is you cannot fit a piece like this and like this, that the grain is perpendicular. But in the end, I said to myself, I will not use the grain to solve this puzzle. I will use it with another logical approach, or I will try to find one. And I found one, and this is how what I explain you later when I show you the solution. How I approached this puzzle and found the solution, you will see after the spoiler break. To explain you how I approach this puzzle, I will put the tray aside and I will only focus on 4 pieces or 5 pieces for the start. This piece because I know it was the centerpiece, and also I know it was not located straight, but somehow like this. But this we will use later. And then I focused on the rather smaller parts. So I focused on this one. I focused on this one that looks somehow like a bat or something. And there's another one that looks a little bit like a dog or something. And this is this one. And there's another one. And this is this one here, I think. No, this one here. So all other pieces we will put aside. And why did I focus on these? Well, all of these pieces have something similar. And this is, you probably already can see it, this shape down here. Okay, all 4 pieces have this shape down here. And this somehow looked like it had something to do with the solution for me. And therefore, you can also see it here. They will match perfectly. And therefore, I started with these pieces to play around a bit and somehow try to match the single pieces I expected they have something to do with the middle pieces that maybe are arranged around it. So I started to play with it, yeah. And you will notice there are also still many possibilities how you can fit these pieces together, okay? But I made one connection here that looks like this. And when I did this one, I noticed, wait, this area over here looks like it could fit this part. And I tried it. And it fit. So, and this was the first step in the right direction to solve this puzzle. Next, I tried to somehow fit this piece here in a way that it would also be aligned with this middle piece. And I found this position. So if I take this out, you can see the square piece here fits perfectly inside. This piece, unfortunately, it cost me a bit of time to understand that this piece is actually not connected to this square, so we can put it aside again. This was my first approach. And then I took these 4 pieces and placed it in the tray. And I played around here a little bit with the positions. I remembered from the beginning that the square is not, let's say, orientated like this, but it was compared to the sides, it was slightly twisted like this, somehow like in this condition. And I tried here with several pieces. So I tried it in this, place it in this position, what could fit in here. I tried it in this position, what could fit in here, and so on, because this was this was in the center position. And I discovered one orientation that helped me to immediately solve the puzzle. And this was when I placed it somehow like this. I noticed that there is one piece, and this is this one here, and that's basically the only one that fits well inside here when the puzzle is orientated like this. And as soon as you discover this fact, it will be very easy to solve the rest of the puzzle. And I will just demonstrate it to you right now. As soon as you find the solution, the only thing or the only part that will be able to fit upside here is this one. Okay, and then you go step by step and continue to complete the puzzle. So I will just demonstrate it to you. If I find the correct pieces, the next one that fits inside here is this one. And now there is less possibility, or just a low possibility, to mix up the remaining parts. Okay, next piece, I think, let's see, still not easy, but doable now. I think this one over here, this is the only one that fits inside here. Then we continue with this one here, and I'm just doing it not out of my mind now. It's just, I just try to find the right pieces to fit them in. There must be this one. And then we go with this one, yes. And this one, and here we go. Puzzle is solved without using any grain. The grain, okay, I have to admit I used it one time, and this was in the beginning when I fit the center pieces, because when I aligned them, I mean, you can align them like this, that the grain matches, but of course you cannot align them, for example, like this. This would be clearly wrong, okay? So this made it a little bit easier in the beginning to start. But anyway, it took me over 1 hour, I think much more than 1 hour, to solve this puzzle. It's a pretty cool puzzle, my absolute recommendation. I really like this one. It's a good challenge, and there are not many possibilities to cheat except to look at the solution. Yeah, pretty cool one. If you like this episode as much as I do, just leave me a like, comment, and hit the bell if you would like to get informed about future episodes. And you can also like my Facebook and Instagram channel, of course. And until next time, keep on puzzling.